Hello, it's Julie. Today I want to talk about journaling. So a short history of my journaling. When I was a child, I didn't really get it, and I had a little diary and I wrote in it sometimes, but I was not a very good diarist. When I was a teenager, I had a compartmentalized diary or notebook. They looked like this, with tabs and different kinds of paper. Christmas of 2010, I got this notebook from my mother. I decided to keep everything in one place in this notebook and have all my notes and all my poetry and everything in one place. I also decided that there would be no pressure to write every day, or that the writing should be good in any way. Another thing I decided was to keep this book with me everywhere. That way I could write down my thoughts as they were occurring and my thoughts about things that were actually taking place then and there. These low expectations for myself really helped, and I felt free and creative when I was writing. It took me about 10 months to fill this first notebook, and I discovered that pens do run out of ink. I went on to write in this one. It was relatively important for me that the book was pretty, and this one definitely lives up to that, with sprayed edges and a little clasp. It was everything I could have wished for my journaling. This style has been the style I've used ever since, bringing my notebook with me almost everywhere I go and just writing whatever I fancy writing. One year I actually filled all these notebooks. I've had to cut back on how much I write in the last few years because my hands hurt. I tried using a 1 line a day journal, but it didn't really work. All the guilt for not having written every day just got to me. So I have settled on not forcing myself to write every day because I don't want to get guilt from journaling. I recently watched Ariel Bissett's video about micro-journaling, and it inspired me to try to include that in my journaling. I've soon finished the journal I'm working on now, so from March I'm starting a new journal. This is the new journal I'm starting, and I've made a 2-page spread for March, which is basically just a calendar. I'm planning on just writing things that happen in these days, and then continuing to use the rest of the book just as usual, just writing anything. But when March ends and April starts, I will make a new 2-page spread and mark it like I've done with March. And in that way I will have a record of things that happen and not just my thoughts or poems I want to write or poems I found in a book or any other things that are unrelated to the things that happened. I'm very much looking forward to getting started on this journal, and I hope this style will help me remember the good memories. If any of you are curious, most of my journals have been paper blanks, and after experimenting with lots of different pens, I've settled on a Parker fountain pen because it can glide very softly across the paper, so I don't have to hold it very hard and press it into the paper. So that was my journaling journey. Let me know down below whether you journal, and if you do, how you do it. I hope you liked this video, and I'll see you next time. Ha det!